Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Who are these people?
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Don't be rude.
Who are these?
Who are these people? All right. This is first time in apparently 3 weeks we've done a show. Hold on.
Yeah. Well, we've been busy, and
2
then
weeks.
we've had internet issues, and
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
oh boy.
Because we reviewed WrestlePalooza 2 weeks ago.
Did we review it or preview it?
No, we reviewed it. I'm looking at it now on the archive, so we already reviewed it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, as you can see, I'm into the spooky season.
Yeah. Well, we're here for Pro Wrestling Talk, of course. I'm Angel Rivera alongside Miss Witchy Perfect, and Alex Knight will be on at 9 o'clock. So check that out. Yeah, I'm surprised that he's coming on after his father ended up in the hospital, but that was because apparently he took too much edibles.
Oops.
Yeah, it's according to he posted that on X, like, oh yeah, my dad took too much edibles, so he'll be fine though. I mean, he's fine enough for be able to come on. So, yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. I guess we're just gonna go straight to previewing the Crown Jewel show, which is next Saturday at 8 a.m.
Yeah, 8 a.m. and I have to
It's in
freaking
Perth.
work. What the heck?
The show's in Perth, Australia, on the other side of the world, quite literally. And
I don't even know if I can watch it. I mean, because I'll be driving to work and stuff, and I'm just not sure. So we'll see. I don't know.
I would like to review it that Saturday night, but I'll be able to. I would watch it after do my laundry. I'm not going to watch it live because I literally can't. I'm doing laundry at 8 a.m. So I don't know how WWE expects us to watch a show 8 o'clock in the morning, especially when people either sleeping because they work Monday through Friday and then they sleep in on the weekends, or they're busy.
Yeah, they're working.
So
because you got to work Saturday too sometimes.
Yeah. So yeah, so we'll be previewing Crown Jewel.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 4 matches listed.
All right, let's see here are the matches.
Yep. So there's only 4 matches listed. So I'll just start with this tag match. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. This is gonna be brutal.
Yeah, because they have that thing between, Rhea Ripley going on where she's like best friends now with Io Sky. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm here for you. Like, ugh, gag me with a spoon, really.
Yeah, she's basically stuck in this, like, I don't know what to call it, like a family dispute between Io Sky and Asuka and Kairi Sane. For some reason, they stuck her in the middle of this. It's like, it's weird. They have nothing for her, it seems like. So they just threw her into this angle. Even though they can move her to SmackDown and have her just beat Tiffany Stratton for the belt. Because Tiffany Stratton needs to drop this belt. They need to beat her. They need just to end this reign because it's been awful. She's been
Well, can we
champion over
please talk
200.
about, because I don't think we talked about this, the botch up. Remember the botch up?
No, because we
People
weren't
are
on.
saying, people were saying that they thought Nia Jax is the one who screwed up the finish, not the referee. Well, they were saying that on Jim Cornette's show. So, for all those who don't know what happened, so apparently during the Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax, the referee counted 1, 2, and then went like this, and Nia Jax did not move. Now, they were saying on Jim Cornette, and I agree, that Vince and other promoters would say, hey, look, count the 3. Because if they forget to kick out, that's their freaking problem. It was, I don't think it was the referee's fault. I was watching Stevie Richards' show, and he's like, well, the referee screwed up. I think it was Nia Jax. I think maybe Nia Jax forgot her finish.
No, but they did the finish right after. That's the thing. So that might have been the finish, and just that the referee thought it wasn't. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I watched that multiple times. Like, who thought? I don't understand who thought, who fucked up, but it's just, it's just that, I mean, it's like, it's on, ultimately I think is on the referee, even though you may blame Nia because she's supposed to count the 3. Right. It's not up to her to. In fact, back in the day, I don't think the referees knew the finish. They didn't include them on the finish on purpose. That way, they would just count the 3. But now they clue the referee in on the finish, so they're doing.
And that's where I think everyone is like, well, it's the referee's fault or it's Nia Jax's fault. It's probably everybody involved. I mean, even Tiffany Stratton was late in, counting that when she counted 1, 2, Nia Jax had to put her shoulder up because
roll her shoulder.
Tiffy was late coming in for the save. She did a drop kick and it ended up, where Nia Jax, kind of like when Hogan had to kind of kick out because someone was supposed to come in. I don't remember, but it was like against Sid.
Oh,
Sid
no,
Vicious.
that was WrestleMania 6, I believe. But Hogan, the one that kicked 8. Out. No, Sid was the one that kicked out.
Oh, Sid was the one that kicked out, right?
Yeah, Hogan dropped the leg, but Papa Shango was late.
Yeah, Papa Shango was late. Right.
Sid had to kick out.
8. It had to be WrestleMania 8.
Yeah, Sid kicked out at 2. No one's ever kicked out of a leg drop to that point.
Right,
so
right.
So he had to kick out because Hogan wasn't supposed to beat him, and he's not going to let Hogan beat him. So it's like,
right.
Sid,
so that's
kicked out.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it was kind of like that moment, only for the girls, where Tiffy was late and Nia had to roll her shoulder.
That match was awful. One of the worst women's title match I've ever seen. It's
that was pathetic.
Well, not only that, but I mean, you had Jane Cargill hurt. She busted open her eye. I mean, it looked really bad. I've seen the pictures on X. Yeah, and Nia Jax apparently has been doing this for years. Like, she has been injuring people.
She's been hurting girls
for years. So, I mean, if Nia Jax can't do the job, then fire her. Get rid of her.
There's Vince did fire her.
Yeah, there's no need to keep her if she's going to continue to injure people.
Problem is,
it's like Jane Cargill just kind of wears it as like a badge of honor almost. No, you literally hit your the top of your eye on the stairs.
She did something similar to Becky Lynch. I mean, she turned Becky Lynch into a superstar because I think it was when she first became the man, that gimmick. Nia Jax turned around and just hauled off and punched her, like, for real. Broke her nose, broke her cheekbone. She had blood all over her, but she was no selling it. So that turned her into like a superstar because the fans loved that. She was. So this is
It
years
turned
ago. She has a
Becky
history of
Lynch
doing
into
this.
turned Becky Lynch into a superstar.
Yeah, because everybody loved it. It's a great moment, and she's like
Oh,
covered in blood and stuff, but she's still no selling it and doing her gimmick. So,
okay.
but
I thought that was awful.
it's an awful match.
Yeah.
That's why they
Because
need
no
to
one,
beat
it
Tiffany.
looks sloppy. Like you showed me the clip of, not the, I mean, everyone seemed confused. One,
Uh,
when the referee didn't count three, everyone seemed confused. Everyone's looking at the other. They're all talking to the referee. They're all talking to each other. So it looks like crappy wrestling. It looks like AEW all over again.
yep,
Where they're
and
talking to the referees and there's no kayfabe because it looks sloppy. It looks like it's all just a big, shindig with, they're just trying to give each other spots.
the WWE is overproduced to hell. So a lot of these people don't know how to put a match together themselves. So the producer backstage or the agent puts the match together and whisper and basically talks into the referee's ear, and then the referee gives the spots because they don't know what they're doing.
I'll be right back. I'm sorry,
Okay.
stall for me.
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. These people in the WWE because they are literally being told what to do backstage. There's a referee. And the referee has an earpiece, so then the referee goes around and gives out spots to the wrestlers while the wrestlers are laying around selling. Only people who know how to put a match together is like the veterans, like the CM Punks or the Cody Rhodes or the John Cena's or the Brock Lesnar's or the Triple H's or Undertaker, guys like that. Guys been around for decades. So yeah, I mean, it's just too. I'm like, really? I mean, that was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see here. No one's here yet, but if you are lurking, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you check out Witchy's work. Her links in the description box below. She has a podcast that is primarily focused on Mr. Perfect, but I mean, she does other wrestling with me and on her show as well. So I've been a guest a couple times. It's very, very fun to hang out with her and other guests. So yeah, let's see. So getting back to the Rhea Ripley Io Sky Kabuki Warriors match, it's a
Sorry
tag
about
team
that.
match, and
I
it's all
lost.
right. And
It was a freaking mosquito. Okay.
um,
Yeah. So, getting back to this horrible. I don't even know what they're doing. Like, I can't. Other than they're trying to make Io Sky likable, and Rhea. They're trying to
mhm,
make her and Rhea best friends, and you know, I'm like every time they speak in Japanese, I'm like English, please.
yeah,
I can't understand Japanese. I'm sorry. Like, I know you guys are having a problem, but I don't know what kind of problem you're having because, again, it's not in English.
yeah.
Excuse me.
So bad.
And well, and you had Stephanie Valkyr come out and stare at Tiffany Stratton, which okay, fine, because it's going to be her and Tiffy
Yeah,
at sorry,
for
Crown
that Crown
Jewel.
Jewel Championship.
Um, so I get where that's coming from, but I mean the whole thing with Rhea and it just seems forced. They're trying to force a friendship between Rhea and Io Sky, and it's almost like I'm just like, you know what?
Will work.
If you guys want to eat your pussies, each other's pussies, go do that. Just stop it.
Yeah, it sounds like
It's
it
almost
looks
like
like
they got like little girl crushes on each other. Like,
yeah,
ugh.
it looks like they got nothing for Rhea Ripley for some reason, and they're just throwing her into this angle in order to get her on TV, get her some
Yeah,
TV time, which makes no sense because you can just move her to SmackDown and have her just beat Tiffany Stratton for the belt because
really.
she's been a horrible champion.
Yeah.
So it's like she's been champion like 280 days. What a great reign. No, it's been awful. She's had awful
Yeah.
matches. She's just not
I
ready
mean,
for that
terrible
spotlight.
matches with Charlotte Flair, and Charlotte Flair knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
Tiffany Stratton doesn't.
Yeah, but she's a good athlete and she does good moves, so it's like, okay, let's just keep the belt on her because she also looks like a Barbie too. So
Well,
literally, like
that
she
and I
just
mean, like I said, what is it with everyone except for like Nia Jax has their fucking ass hanging out. Even Rhea does. It's like,
Yeah.
guys, can we cover the butts, please? I don't want to see girls' asses. I'm not into girls. Sorry, not sorry. I just want to see women wrestle just like they used to, like Sherry used to, like China used to.
Yeah.
Those are the
Yeah. So
pioneers. And I laugh every time a woman says, well, I'm the greatest woman wrestler ever. Becky Lynch will say this. And I'm
yeah,
like,
she's
you
constantly.
are no Sherry Martel.
Yeah.
Sherry Martel was a pioneer and a legend in the business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so ultimately, I think the baby faces will win that match because I don't how unless this feud continues and they beat Rhea Ripley and Io Sky and then the feud continues. I hope not because it needs to end.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
needs to
enough with
end.
the mist in the eyes and stuff. Enough
Yeah,
with that. That's not getting
yeah,
over. I liked when
it's
the Great
brutal.
Muta did it, but that's because he did it because he was just mysterious,
Yeah,
And he did it because he was part of the NWO.
yeah,
And I
but
like when the NWO would come out and spray paint people. I'm sorry, I like that. I used to like that. I used to like when the
yeah,
NWO would
it's
spray paint people.
yeah, but Asuka doing it for no reason and it because she never did it before, so it's not really part of her character. And all of a sudden she's doing it. It's like why? They didn't really explain why she's been doing it all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just brutal all around. This feud is just taking too long. It's just not good, and they can use Rhea Ripley in such a better way than this. All right. So the next match has John Cena versus AJ Styles in a singles match. So AJ Styles and John Cena had a feud 8 years ago. They were feuding over the WWE Championship. AJ Styles was champion, and they traded the belt back and forth a couple times. So it's a legendary feud. So they're gonna have one last match in Perth for the just to have a match basically, because neither was scheduled for the show, and then I know Cena was scheduled, but not AJ Styles. So they went on social media and did this angle where AJ Styles didn't have a match, so he demanded a match with Cena. It wasn't. Then Cena said okay, and then that's how they made it official. Like WWE, what didn't set it up from the beginning. They act like they did it themselves. So yeah,
Well, and here we go
that came
again with
about.
we made Cena look like a little bitch with Brock Lesnar. I think I said that during
Hmm.
when we reviewed
Yeah,
WrestlePalooza. I
he did.
hated that match. It literally you had little kids crying because John Cena got his ass kicked by Brock Lesnar. I mean, I get it that they're trying to make Lesnar a beast, but Lesnar is past his time. There's no reason he should be there. Okay, we all know he's a alleged sex pest, allegedly. He's
Hmm.
a sex pest, allegedly. So don't bring him back on. I'm telling you, Vince is going to come back too in some major capacity. I don't know if he'll be booking, but he definitely will be back in some capacity because, I mean, if you listen to Nick Khan, well, Brock Lesnar wasn't convicted of anything.
Yeah.
Well, shit, you might as well throw Vince back in there too. He
Hmm.
wasn't convicted of anything. No, I don't understand. Like, so now you went from Brock Lesnar making Cena look like a bitch to AJ Styles, who is again. I mean, they're both older, so
Yeah.
I
So
guess Cena because they need
Cena's
a win
gonna
back.
win. He needs a win. So what's this, October? So he
Yeah.
has 3 more appearances left, I believe, after Perth. It's a Raw, Madison Square Garden. It's something else, and then Saturday night's main event is last match, December 13th in Washington D.C.
Well, and we need to talk about when we're done here. The I heard on Jim Cornette's show the tickets that they want to sell people for John Cena's last match ever.
Yeah, I saw those numbers. I don't remember right now, but the numbers
I
are
do.
crazy.
So we'll just when we get to the end. So it's
Hmm.
AJ Styles and John Cena. I say John Cena because he looks like a little bitch. John,
He needs a win.
yeah, Brock Lesnar made
Mhm.
him look like a total bitch. Like he couldn't beat
Yeah,
anybody.
yeah. So he needs a win. So I think Cena will win too. All right, now we got the 2 crown jewel matches. Stephanie Vakor, the women's Raw World Champion, and Tiffany Stratton, the women's champion on SmackDown. So
I say Stephanie.
Yeah, I think they're gonna put her over because she's been up in the main roster less than 6 months. She's
Yep.
already the women's world champion,
And that's
so
good.
they're
I want to see her as
Mhm,
woman's champion.
mhm.
I think she deserves it.
Yeah, I don't mind
And
that either, but it's
and they
been
were
a
like
quick
literally
push.
chanting that. I was like, they're
Mhm.
never going to do that for Stephanie. And they were doing it. You deserve it.
They, they were gonna beat Naomi anyways with Stephanie, so they just did it with Io Sky instead because Naomi got pregnant. So I don't think she was gonna be a long term champion anyway. Said it from the beginning. She was gonna be transitioning the belt to Stephanie, and and Naomi would just move back down the card again. So that was just something that was temporary, anyways.
Hey, they're CBC.
Hey CBC. Yeah, so Stephanie's gonna win. I think I think they already should beat Tiffany Stratton and take this belt off her. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna have her hold it at least until WrestleMania, which we another
Mhm.
6 months. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that'd be over a year. She's been champion. It's just brutal. All right, so the men's crown jewel championship was Cody Rhodes, the WWE champion, versus Seth Rollins, the world champion.
I'm
On
sorry.
Raw.
I think even though I hate Seth Rollins because he looks like a robe all like stitched together and stuff,
Hmm.
he came out on SmackDown and he's trying to give the stomp to Cody and stuff. I think that I think Seth Rollins going to take it.
Hmm.
I don't think it's going to be
Yeah,
Cody this year.
Cody won last year. He already has that ring. So does he really need another ring?
Yeah, I mean
So
Seth really doesn't. So, but
yeah,
I don't like
so
Seth Rollins. I hate his heel character. I hate the fact that he's because I feel like yes, he is holding the Vision down. He is holding Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed down. The Bronze, the
he's
Bronze
barely
plural.
But he's barely been around them the last 2 months. He's been too busy feuding with CM Punk and his wife AJ. Like he hasn't
Yeah,
really been around them.
but I mean,
So
I think if Braun Breaker got away from got away from the Vision, I think he would. I mean, he could headline WrestleMania as many times as The Undertaker did. And he would be just as good because he's second generation.
yeah,
He's Rick Steiner's son. And, you know,
yeah,
I want to see Braun get away from them because I think he deserves so much more. Bronson Reed, I'm not really impressed. He only has a couple moves and I wasn't really impressed with him.
yeah. He's just a big lumbering guy, So he's just kind of like the big guy that beats everybody up. He's not really an athlete. He's more like he's just a big lumbering guy that beats everybody up.
Oh shoot, I
Uh,
forgot to put my lights on. Oh well.
yeah. So right. Or they can do the CM Punk screwing Seth Rollins out of the Crown Jewel Championship and continue their hot feud. So that could happen too, and have Cody win again.
See, I don't know. I mean, if they have Raw, who is Stephanie Valcour, if they have Raw winning, then it will be probably SmackDown. So
Which would be Cody, yeah.
yeah,
So unless Cody pulls a power play and ego, he wants to win again. So that's the only way that is. So they have CM Punk by protecting Seth Rollins. You have CM Punk come out and screw him out of the Crown
unless
Jewel
for
belt.
some reason Tiffy gets one. I mean, unless they put
Unless they,
SmackDown,
mhm.
if they put SmackDown over with Tiffy Stratton and over Stephanie Valcour, um, and then Seth Rollins beats Cody.
They were promoting how Tiffany Stratton hasn't got beaten this year. The entire year, no one's beaten her. So whoever actually pins her would be a big deal. So
Well, and it shouldn't be Nia Jax. It should not be Nia Jax. I don't want to see Nia Jax as a women's champion. If anything, they should do it with Jade Cargill, but I think that ship has sailed too.
I don't
I just
think
don't think they're going to do anything with Jade Cargill. I don't think they're going to do anything with her. I just don't see a future for her. They're going to push her back down the card. I have that feeling because she
yeah.
lost to
So
Tiffy at SummerSlam.
yeah, they
Even
beat
though
her.
she won, the Queen of the Ring,
Yeah, they
she
beat
should
her
have
in eight
won.
minutes. They beat
Yeah,
her 8 minutes flat in the middle. So it wasn't like she protected her in any way.
yeah.
They just beat her flat. So yeah, like we talked about it then. It's like doesn't bode well for her future. I mean, if they really thought she can be a world champion, they wouldn't have beat her clean. So Like that tells me everything I need to know. So
Yeah,
again,
I agree. I think Kevin Nash said it. I think they're done with Jade Cargill. I don't know why I want to say Jane.
they tried. They have tried with this girl. She spent at least a couple of years training in the performance center to get better, and she's barely gotten better. I mean, she's a little better now, but wrestling is not her thing. You know, it just
Hmm.
isn't. She's a great athlete, but she looks great, but it's just not her thing. You know, I mean, I wouldn't be if her contract comes up and she leaves. I wouldn't be surprised she ended up back in AEW
Right.
just because Tony
Isn't
Khan
that where
loved
she
her.
came from? She came
Yeah,
from AEW, yeah.
yeah,
And she wasn't
mm,
good then. I didn't like it.
yeah. They've tried with her. They stuck her with Bianca in that tag team for years. They hit her because Bianca did all the work and she just tagged in and did the power moves and won the match. So she barely did anything for like over 2 years. And then they put her as a singles because Bianca got hurt, so they had no choice, and she just barely got better. You know, she's good and she's okay now, mate, but I don't see a world title run for her. I think most likely Rhea Ripley's gonna beat Tiffany Stratton because after this Io Sky thing, they got nothing for her. Because I would prefer her not to go after Stephanie because she's definitely gonna lose again because they don't want to take
Hmm.
that belt off Stephanie right now. So.
No, I mean, and people like I admit I shed a tear or two when she went over and hugged her dad. I was like, oh, that's so
Yeah.
cute.
Mhm.
That's something I would do. You know, me and Steph. Well, her first name is actually Anna or Anna. So
Yeah.
it's Anna Stephanie, but
Stephanie's our middle name, yeah.
we do share a name
Mhm.
because that's my name. It's my first name, but um, yeah, I don't think that Jade Cargill has a future here. She might as well just go like Andrade. Andrade showed up
Yeah.
on AEW again.
Yeah,
I was
so
like, well, whoopee doo.
he went from WWE to AEW, back to WWE, back to AEW. So he didn't burn any bridges with Tony. I mean, they left in amicable terms. He went back to WWE, spent a couple of years, did nothing with him again, and then now he's back in AEW. Because he knew at some point he probably would come back because WWE wouldn't do anything with him. So it's like
Hmm.
because he suspected that, I'm sure, because he still can't speak English. I can't understand what he says half the time. I mean, he's
Oh, it's one of
so
those. So he lost his wife and his job.
yeah, because him and Charlotte divorced right after he returned. So I don't know why. I mean, I think
And
that
really no one cared. No one cared that he came back, you know?
yeah, he had that feud with Carmelo Hayes, which didn't do anything for him, didn't mean
Hmm.
anything. And then he was a tag team with Ray Phoenix. That was getting over, but he just disappeared.
Right.
He completely disappeared. He ghosted WWE. No one heard from him for like 3 weeks. Like he was just gone. He didn't pick up his
Wow.
phone. He didn't answer emails. Nothing. He just disappeared. Like he
Wow.
ghosted WWE. And they were supposed to win the tag team titles at Clash in Paris over the Wyatts, but
Oh, you're
he just
kidding.
yeah, they were supposed to go over.
Wow.
So he just ruined Ray
Wow.
Phoenix for a big push in WWE because now he's
And he
doing
just
nothing.
totally fucked it up. He just
He
totally screwed it up.
he fucked Ray Phoenix in the process. So that
Wow.
they're supposed to beat the Wyatts for the tag titles at Clash in Paris. So instead, they put the Street Profits in there, and they lost because they weren't supposed to win the tag titles. So, but yeah,
Hmm.
they're supposed to win the tag titles, and he fucked Ray Phoenix in the process. So,
Imagine that. Oh my God. No, I didn't hear that part. I just know he was
mhm.
back in AEW, and I'm
Yeah, he
like,
came back.
why
He
would
goes
we
back.
care about that?
He goes back to AEW, and immediately Tony Khan sticks him with the Don Callis family, which has
Of
like
course.
30 dudes in it.
Yeah.
If you see the picture of all of them together, there's like 20 dudes. Like Okada's in there. Now Andrade.
Oblada.
The other Japanese guy.
Take a
Kind
shit.
of hot. No, not him. The yeah, him. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, take a shit.
He's there too. Yeah. So I don't remember who else is in in Don Callis family, but there's like 20 dudes there, and they stick Tony just stick them in there. It's like, well, he wants you on TV. I got nothing else for you, so here, just put you in the Don Callis family and just disappear into the background, basically. Just
Wow.
so yeah, so that's that. I don't know what else to say about that because Tony's probably not going to do nothing with Andrade again, and he'll end up being released or leave at some point. Then he get back to WWE
Mm-hmm.
because eventually he'll go. Like he's one of those guys that just go back and forth and back and forth, kind of like Jeff Jarrett did. He went to
Mm-hmm.
WWE, WCW, back to WWE, back to WCW. So he did like two or three times. He went back and forth in the '90s,
Hmm.
and eventually, the last time Jarrett was in WWE was when he hit up Vince McMahon for $150,000 in order to drop the belt to China because JR forgot his contract expired, so he didn't have a contract.
Oops. Wow. Yeah, I don't know.
And this is when the WWF was private, so Vince didn't. That was his money that he gave Jarrett. It wasn't like the investors' money. This was when. So Jarrett just screwed Vince out $150,000 because if you remember a few years before that, Alundra Blaze or Medusa dropped women's title in the garbage in WCW. So
Right.
Vince was afraid that would happen again with his Intercontinental, and that belt meant more than the women's title to Vince. So that's why he paid him the money in order to drop the belt to China.
But that seemed forced. You know what I mean? Even then it seemed forced. And Jared, he just hated the idea to begin with. I saw his some of his podcasts, and he was like,
Yeah.
I thought it was the dumbest idea ever. I was surprised he didn't go out there like he did with Hogan and just lay down.
Imagine him doing that. He gets a check from Vince for $150,000, all the money Vince owes him, and he just goes out there, lays down, and have China pin him. That would have been epic. That would have been fan, but he actually wrestled the match.
He would have gotten fired, but
his contract was up. He didn't have a job with WWE, so he didn't care. He wouldn't have cared, But yeah, I'm sure Jeff was not thrilled about putting over a woman for his belt. So he did it, but.
Hey Macy. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure about these matches, but that's pretty much the gist is well, and then we could talk about the fact that on SmackDown last week you had Drew McIntyre coming out, bitch. A great heel that way. And then Jacob Fatu comes out and says, "Shut your bitch ass up."
Yeah, Jacob finally returned. The last time we saw him was at SummerSlam when he
Solo
lost to Solo.
Where's Solo? Has he done anything since he lost the belt?
He's doing vignettes on SmackDown. So he's talking about how much he loves all his family. He loves all his family, and they have not Tamatonga, his brother, the big guy, and Jeff Cobb or Jeff, whatever his name is, not Jeff Cobb. His name's something else now. And he's teasing one more member to his group. That's what the whole point of those vignettes are.
Oh, who's it going to be? It's not going to be Jacob because he's obviously on his own. But
yeah, Jacob.
Jim Cornette was hoping that they would get Jacob Fatu away and maybe get him out on his own and let's see what he can do with Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, because he's out on his own now. He's not involved with Solo and his group now. So. Yep. So now I'm not sure you know this, but Drew McIntyre signed on for a film. I think it's the Highlander film. So he's gonna be like a supporting actor, pretty important role. Highlander's brother.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's coming up soon. They're supposed to start filming. So I'm guessing Jacob Fatu is gonna kill Drew McIntyre and he'll go away for a while to film that movie. And it puts over Jacob as a bigger deal because Drew McIntyre is former world champion. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's probably the
plan. It kind
plan.
of seems like they're done with McIntyre, though. Have you noticed that? I mean, he's been up for the title for the past couple of times, but he hasn't gotten the title. I mean, he went up against Cody, and they're like, "Yeah, no."
Yeah, if we go back, he lost to Roman Reigns like 3 times during that 3.5-year title run he had.
Mm-hmm.
So he just kept losing and losing and losing, and then now he's been losing. He was world champion for 5 minutes before he got beat by Damian Priest in that cash in at WrestleMania 40.
Right.
So, and then he's been in more world title matches against Damian Priest. He's lost those. And then he was in world title matches against Cody. Of course, he lost that because Cody's like the golden boy right now. So Cody's not going to get beat right now, especially in his first title defense. So yeah, it's not going well for Drew. I think Drew is getting ready to if this movie does well, I think he has one foot out at the door anyways because he's
Okay.
like in his 40s. I mean, Drew's older, so he's
Yeah,
like in
that
his
was something that Jim Cornette also stated. A lot of these guys are getting older now, and like Punk, Drew, Cody,
Mhm,
because he's older than us. He's 1 year older than us.
yeah,
Um, so a lot of these guys like Sami Zayn, they were talking about Sami Zayn again.
late 30s
These
too.
guys
I
are getting
think.
up there. Yeah, yeah. So these young guys that they had, now the young guys from NXT are starting to become like the underdog. So they're starting to become like Sammy. I mean, they like
Yeah,
Sammy, but they're starting to boo him. So I think they should have done what Karrion Kross wanted to do and turn him heel.
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know who he because the heel turn never happened, and Sammy just beat Karrion Kross flat in the middle. So that was done because his contract was up and they didn't renew it. So he's still working the indie circuit. So we'll see what he does. But quite frankly, I don't. It's just weird because there's not much going on
They said something
with
about GCW
yeah,
on Jim Cornette, and I was just like, "That's where, um, what's her name, Scarlett and
yeah,
Shotzi. That's where
yeah. There,
Shotzi is." And Karrion Kross and Scarlett were on there. Now I
yeah,
don't know where they are. They must be doing something. But I started up with Mr. Holiday again.
uh huh,
Because I said he did this vignette where he's like, I can shoot better than anything. It was kind of like a Mr. Perfect thing,
yeah.
only it was
It's a
not
parody.
as good, it was like a
It
parody.
looked like a
And
parody.
he
Yeah.
basically he's like, I can, make this shot all day long or something. And he
Hmm.
takes the ball and he just walks with the ball or he runs with the ball and then does like a really close up shot. I said,
Yeah.
what the hell are you doing? That first of all,
Hmm.
that was traveling. You're supposed to bounce the ball. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to just carry it to the I said, second of all, Mr. Perfect would have done that so much better. He would have done it from where he was, because he could
Hmm.
do that stuff. He could do the, half court, whatever. And he
Yeah.
goes,
So
"Oh, I forget what he said altogether, but he's like, I don't have to bounce anything." Um,
yeah.
and he called me a guy, and I was like, "Well, okay, if you want to call me a guy, I'll call you a girl, Mrs. Holiday." I was like,
Yeah.
"First of all, I'm a lady, and since you disrespect ladies, well, okay, Mrs. Holiday, I'll just call you a
Yeah.
woman."
I don't see Seth Rollins winning this match. I mean, Cody's like the golden boy, and I'm sure if he wanted to, he could play politics and get that win anyway. So, because it's kind of like John Cena 10, 15 years ago, where nobody beat Cena. Nobody beat him. Nobody touched him. He's not even a threatened. So,
All because of the politicking.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Cena claimed he never did any politicking, but not according to some of the boys in the back at the time. I mean, he,
yeah, he did.
yeah.
That's why I don't like John Cena. It was one of the many reasons why I didn't like John Cena. Um, but yeah, I don't know if they let Stephanie win and get a ring at Crown Jewel, then
And that's
definitely
Cody's
Cody's
again.
winning. Yeah,
Hmm.
Cody's going to be winning.
Yeah, because
So it depends
you
on
know
what they do with Stephanie Valkyr and Tiffy Stratton.
I'm assuming Cody will go on last with Seth, so and Stephanie and Tiffany will be either open the show or be in the middle somewhere because the middle or Cena and AJ Styles are probably open because if they're not going last, they're gonna open.
Mm-hmm.
So that second match after a hot opener is like death. Like nobody
Mm-hmm.
cares about that match because they're all tired. They want to rest. So whoever goes second, that's like death. You can't get that crowd back into it. But later in the show, they're back into it because they've rested. So it's like you don't want to be second match basically these days.
Yeah, basically.
Hmm.
Um.
So
So
you
yeah,
want to
those are our picks.
yeah. So do you want to you tell me the prices of Cena's final match? I mean, because I don't.
Yes.
Go
So
ahead. Yeah, I'll let
to
you.
get like they were naming off stuff that you get for these matches, like you get to see a display of Cena's memorabilia. Like, what the
Mhm.
fuck is that? Like, you get to take a picture of other pictures, or you have to take a picture of a shirt.
Yeah.
You don't get to wear the shirt. You don't get to see the memorabilia. Yeah. This is how fucked up WWE has become. And like literally, I was on my show the other week saying, that how outrageous this is. You literally just kicked out all the poor people and said, "Oh, go screw yourself," to all the poor people. Because who's got this kind of money around anyway, right? Especially for wrestling. So it's
Yeah.
you get to go to a like a package pre-show. You get to see Cena and some of the superstars. So it's Cena and the superstars. And you get like a lanyard and you get like a press pass, almost not a press pass, but something similar. $972. So after fees and taxes and stuff, pretty much over $1,000 per ticket.
Wow.
Per ticket. You can't make this shit up. And it said either you get the upper deck, or you get the lower deck. It didn't specify, it just said upper. It didn't say ringside, it said upper or lower. That was the gold. That was the lesser package.
They're not going to give you floor ringside seats for $1,000. Not today.
Who the fuck has over $1,000 to waste on WWE? No offense to John Cena, but nobody has that. People have barely a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Now you have to pay over $1,000 to go see fucking John Cena when you could just watch him for free on a TV.
Yeah.
You gotta be fucking shitting me. All right, so that was the gold package. The champion package actually had like ringside. It had everything that the gold had, plus it had ringside pictures. You could take pictures of the ring. Not Cena at ringside. No. You could be at ringside to take a picture. Maybe if Cena decides to come down. Yeah, that doesn't work for me, brother, right?
How much
and
is
you
that?
don't even Apple CarPlay.
How much is that part? The champion. I didn't hear
so
you.
the champion, yeah. So then it's also like a pre-show. It's everything with the gold, but then you get some kind of ringside thing where you get to go and take a picture down at ringside, and pretty much it's just a little bit more. You're gonna drop $6,000. $6,000. Like I said, people ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. They want us to drop $6,000 plus on fucking WWE, and that's per ticket. Per ticket.
Yeah.
To see fucking John Cena. I'd rather see a fucking wet dog.
Yeah, the problem is that the WWE audience is paying these outrageous prices. If they weren't,
I don't know how, unless they're like taking their kids' college funds.
Well,
I mean,
they
I'm
keep
talking
paying
regular
it.
people. I'm not talking the people that can really afford that.
Yeah.
Rich people. But I'm just saying, like, to the average American who literally has a 9-to-5 job, who's making minimum wage, there's no way in fucking hell we're going to be able to do that.
Yep.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it for Cena. I would do it for Kurt. I would sell everything I own if I had to. I still wouldn't have enough.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. They are kicking out the poor people and even criticize Vince for this. Oh, how dare you, Vince, bring in poor people?
Yeah.
It's like, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Vince didn't. TKO basically said that Vince wasn't able to maximize profits because he's thinking about bringing out families to the show.
Yeah, he's thinking of poor people.
Yeah. Which is ironic that he was
idea.
a billionaire.
Yeah, Nick Khan is like, well, that was a rotten idea. It was a rotten idea to let people. I mean, they were talking about on the Jim Cornette show how much they would sell pictures at the stands.
Yeah.
You could buy like pictures. They were like $1, $2, $3, $7 for the whole package. Like get
Yeah.
a bunch of pictures of the wrestlers. $7, and this was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because they wanted people to drop their money, because by the time you have a bunch of pictures, people, I mean, even at like $2 and $3, that or $1 or $2 or $3, you're
You would have
still getting
made.
hand over fist. Yeah, you're making money.
You're making a couple $1,000 a night just in gimmicks. I
Yeah.
think Jim Cornette himself brought up the Rock and Roll Express, how much
Mm-hmm.
money they made per night, just on
Yeah.
gimmicks, not even the payoffs for the actual match.
Yeah.
Just on their gimmicks, they made a couple $1,000 a night.
I mean, I can't. How far we've got, and now you have, not only do you have Linda McMahon dismantling education, but you have Stephanie McMahon and Triple H rubbing elbows with a freaking pedophile, with a bunch of pedophiles.
So Stephanie
Done.
McMahon, Triple H, and Linda McMahon were all at the White House to promote Donald Trump's pediatric cancer research thing.
Which
His
they don't give a
funding for
fuck
it.
about kids and cancer. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't care if your poor kid gets fucking cancer. All they care about is the fucking money that you're going to be dropping.
Yeah. So that's why I can't be a true fan of anything anymore. You got to be rich to be a fan, and that's attracted to corporate
Same with
greed.
NFL football. I mean, it's all scripted
Mhm.
anyway, but I mean, say baseball has increased their tickets. I can't imagine what a going to
Baseball.
a baseball game.
Baseball is insane, dude. I mean, it's like, and it's not even going to the games. It's
Mhm.
literally following your team. You have
Yep.
to have the regional sports network, which in my case is Yes Network. You have to have Netflix now because Major League Baseball signed a deal with Netflix. So
Of course
you
they
have to
did.
have Netflix. You need for the Yankees at least, you need Amazon Prime because some of the games are on Prime.
Mhm.
You need Peacock. There's some of the
Yep.
games there on Peacock throughout the year. And you need ESPN because some of the games there on ESPN, which means you need cable. You need, I think that's it. Can't think of anything else right now. It's like 5 or 6 different subscriptions in
So
order
instead
to.
of getting TV in a package deal, now you have to pay for each individual thing. Again, you will
Yeah.
own nothing, be happy, eat see bugs, and you will have your life rented back to you. If you
Yeah,
want
they.
entertainment in your
mm,
life, you need to pay for it. It's not
Yeah, in
like one
order.
just set deal like they had for TV anymore.
Yeah, because all these streaming companies they pay Major League Baseball to have the right to air a few games a year,
Mhm.
which makes them a lot of money. The dirty little secret is they don't need fans to come out in order to turn a profit because they're already
Nope.
turning a profit. So
Yep.
they don't need fans to come out to
They don't
the
need you fucking
stadiums.
poor people anymore. See, that's what I'm saying.
Mm,
Literally, all this entertainment, sports wise, it's sports entertainment. That's all sports
mm,
are anymore. Because literally now they're just for rich people to go, huh, isn't that nice? I should be at home playing polo. I mean, this is just for rich people's entertainment. Poor people can't even, I cannot watch football anymore. I can't watch NFL. It's so
mhm.
fucking scripted. I literally can tell you, that flag is for defensive holding or it's for offensive or whatever. And literally that's what happens. Like I should be in Vegas making money, I guess, but they would, throw me in jail because, oh my gosh, a poor person actually knows our scripts. you know. What we all know, it's all scripted. It's just WWE. That's all NFL is anymore. I
Mhm.
can't stand. I can't. My dad watches it. I cannot stand it. I'm just like, that's all scripted. They literally went down and just like pro wrestling, you're gonna win, you're gonna lose, you're gonna win, you're gonna lose, you're gonna win,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose. I think they're even doing it with college now
Mhm.
because there has been so much bullshit going on in college. Literally, I can barely
Yeah.
watch college anymore.
Well, the problem is, all these sports leagues have gotten into bed with the gambling companies like
Yep.
FanDuel, and
FanDuel,
they've all
MGM.
gotten in bed with the gambling companies.
Yep.
So the gambling companies are gonna, which is why it's more plausible today that this is all scripted and all. insider gambling because they're not going to drop a bunch of money on something in order to lose. So they want guarantees that they're going to win. So
Yep.
most likely, it is, there's a lot more evidence today that they're scripted because of that. They got in bed with these gambling companies.
Yep.
Pete
And
Rose
it's
got suspended.
whatever the storyline is where they go. There was a guy who literally admitted, the best 2 football teams are not out there. It's whoever will sell tickets. That's the teams that go in the Super Bowl. I don't remember the guy's name, but I know he was he's like, you guys just don't understand that. I mean, the fucking Buccaneers, they couldn't find their ass with both their hands. Now all of a sudden they got Tom Brady. Oh my gosh, they won 2 Super Bowls or 3 Super Bowls. No.
Well, they went to 2 and lost 1 and won 1 with Tom Brady. So they lost 1, to be fair. So they didn't win both of them.
Well, this is a team that couldn't literally was like 2 and 15, and they couldn't find their butts with both their hands. And then all of a sudden now they're like back in the Super Bowl. They're going to the Super Bowl. They're in the playoffs and blah, blah, blah. They literally sucked. They sucked. I mean, they couldn't do anything. And then all of a sudden they got Tom Brady, and that changed morale? What the fuck? No, they cheated. They cheated. The league said, well, we have a lot of money on Tom Brady, even though he's not athletic. His sisters are more athletic than him. The only reason why he got into football, and you can look this up, it's all public knowledge that his father is worth $3 billion. That's why he got into the NFL, because his father wanted him to play. It's common knowledge. Look it up. Because I had my coworker was like, oh, you're one of those. One of those what? Well, you think NFL is all scripted. I said, it is. I can sit there and literally tell you play by play who's going to win and what the flags are about. Because they have to make the flags look even. They have to throw a flag for the one was pass interference. Or no, he it was like he got there before the ball did. He never even touched him till the ball was here. And then he swatted it out of his hands. They called pass interference for that.
Yep. Well, I mean, yeah.
So WWE, you are seeing more and more in WWE in professional sports. And I'm not trying to knock the MBL, Major League Baseball. Yeah, MLB. I'm not trying to knock them, but I mean, they all got in bed and they're going to whoever, I don't know, unless the Yankees pulled the biggest straw, I don't think it's going to be the Yankees. I'm just trying to be real. It's not this is just for rich people to say, oh, I dropped a bunch of money. Now make sure I win. See, that's why the scale is tipped. It's tipped in favor of the rich. So the rich will never lose. So they'll still get rich. And then all of us poor people are fucked. There's no way I could drop $6,000 plus on WWE tickets. One ticket, $6,000 plus. No way. I wouldn't even sell my kid for that. There's other people out there that probably would, but I wouldn't. Especially for John Cena. I don't even like John Cena. I'd think about it for Kurt. I'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
Especially if I got to meet Kurt and be backstage, and I mean, you don't even like get to see his, or you don't even get to get his memorabilia. You just get to take pictures of it. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I want to look at his shit. I want to have it. I want to wear it. So crazy.
Yeah, it's just like that. I mean,
and like Snow said, it's become professional wrestling. Politics and professional wrestling are going hand in hand because they're the same. They're the same.
Yep. And WWE has basically invaded the circles of power in Washington. They basically have access to the White House whenever they want. Linda McMahon's in the administration, so it's like
and trying to dismantle education.
Yep, it's in. So basically, the McMahons have access to the White House whenever they want. So yeah, that's the situation we're in.
I can't believe. I mean, her kids went to private schools. I kept telling people this during the fucking Trump election. Her kids went to private schools because they could afford it. And then there's some bullshit about, oh, well, when she was pregnant with Stephanie, they were bankrupt. I went, fuck you. No, you weren't. Then how did you pay off your father-in-law and get,
Well,
what did Vince suck a lot
the
of dick?
way
Did you suck
the
a lot of
way
dick?
the way the story worked was, or according to Linda, because she did a podcast recently, they went bankrupt because they trusted an accountant. Their accountant, well, I've invested in this construction company, and let me put some of your money in there, and maybe we could all make a lot of money. Well, 6 months later, the company went belly up, and they all had to file for bankruptcy in order to protect themselves from all the debtors that were running around trying to take their house. So, and then by 1983 or 82, when Vince first bought WWF, basically Vince Senior like, okay, pay me out of the profits from the house shows. That's how he got. That's how he paid his father and his partners. So that's how it worked, really. That's the story, at least. How Vince was able to buy WWF in
See, I don't know.
'82.
I call bullshit on all that. I mean, if you were bankrupt, then WWE wouldn't be what it is. Maybe they could have been. I don't know. When did
Yeah.
Stephanie hatch?
79, I think. So
79. Okay.
yeah, she
I mean,
would have
his
been
father was he still owned the WWF by then. And
yeah.
then he would take it over, but he still had to, take those profits and pay back his father. Now, how did he do that? A lot of people think there was a lot of shady shit going on. I'm sure there was.
Well, there was
It's Vince you're
there was
talking
like
about.
there was heat. It was like heat along with for a long time between Vince and Gorilla Monsoon, because Gorilla Monsoon would take over from Vince Senior initially. He was supposed to
Yeah.
be in charge, and we found this out in Vince's documentary, because he talked about it. How, oh, my dad picked Gorilla Monsoon initially, but I knew I had to end up with this company somehow. So he basically like, well, I'm your son. So, and Vince Senior was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, which usually means a death sentence. That's one of those cancers where you can't really survive long. So,
And he would pass in 84, I think. Was it 84,
I
85?
think it was 80. WrestleMania 3 was in 87. So
Mm-hmm.
you had to be right before that. So maybe 86.
Okay.
Because Vince talked about how you felt his father's spirit, when he said, welcome to WrestleMania 3, So he passed away. I think it might have been 86, early 87, maybe. I could probably check real quick.
Replace. Oh, corporate greed. Yeah. Yeah. Now they can't make any good cars. Cars will break down because they want you to buy the
No,
electric
he
cars,
died.
but you can't,
You were right. He died in 84, May of 84.
Yeah, I
So,
was going to say, I thought I saw that on the documentary that he
yeah,
passed in 84.
Hulk became champion in January. And by May, Vince Sr. was gone. So,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a story. I mean, Alex will be on in a minute, but there's a story about how when Hulk's supposed to be champion, Bob Backlund tried to politic with Vince Sr. about, hey, look, if Hogan becomes champion, I can never become champion again. He knew that. So Vince Sr. went to his son, is like, maybe you shouldn't put the belt on Hulk. And Vince like, I'm putting the belt on Hulk, so nothing. You work for me now, Dad. So yes, so basically Vince put the kibosh to Bob Backlund becoming champion again. So like, because Vince
It's
Sr. He liked Bob Backlund, so that's why he
Yeah,
tried
well,
to
I
go to
mean,
bat
and
for
I'm
him.
not. I don't think I mean, he was like one of those Midwestern boys, American boys,
Yeah,
and I just don't think that the audience liked a lot of Bob Backlund. I just don't think. I think they got tired of it, even
he was
though
champion.
he was Senior's boy,
He was champion for like 6 years, maybe
Yeah,
closer to 7.
I
Vince
think people
Sr.
just
kept
got
the belt
tired
on him
of
for
it.
years. Yeah. It was almost as long as Bruno's initial 9-year run as WWF champion. So he almost got to like 9 years, which is like insane. But
Yeah.
eventually he dropped it to Iron Sheik, and Iron Sheik dropped it to Hogan, and the rest is history. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
So,
hello, little brother.
Hi.
all right. So we're gonna start wrapping up here.
Well, that game
Go
wasn't
to.
today, wasn't it, Angel?
Oh no, it's brutal.
Did they lose?
Oh,
Yeah,
couldn't lose.
yeah. It's It was
I
this.
want Luke Weaver off the roster immediately. I want him gone off to Cancun.
It was, yeah. It was this, and it was this. It was this, and it was this horrible.
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh, here we go. This one too.
Give me some of the pain and let me die.
It was that too. So
I mean, Judge striking out, bases loaded, nobody out. That's
that was one of the worst swings I've ever seen in my
I have
life.
to take a picture of. I made a graveyard in my
Mhm.
yard, and it has like a strobe light. So I'll have to take a picture of it, show you guys on X later.
Okay.
It's freaking cool. I thought it was cool,
Yep.
and a lot of that stuff was in my
let
room.
me-
So I have like skulls on the ground. The only thing I bought was the strobe light, and I have skeletons coming that I'm gonna put like beside the tombstones. But all those
Yeah.
tombstones and all the skulls and stuff were all in my room.
So the issue was bringing in Luke Weaver. That was death. I was like, really, Luke Weaver? Oh, we lost. Like, forget it. We just lost. But I didn't know how bad it would be until after the
Well,
game
how many-
was over.
his
How many
post game
games is it?
interview was worse because he said
2 out of 3.
feels like he's close. He's close to coming back. I'm like,
Oh God, that's total bullshit. But no, it's a 5-game series. They lost game 1. There's 4 more left.
no,
So it's
if
3
they
out
lose
of
2
5?
more, they're done.
Yes, 3 out of 5. Mhm.
Okay.
Whoever gets the 3 wins first advances
Yeah.
to the championship series.
And the Dodgers, or not the Phillies had
Dun dun dun.
the Phillies had a 3-0 lead earlier, but then
Phillies.
yeah,
The other
Uh,
game.
told you they were in the playoffs.
God damn it! If you can't beat the Phillies, you got problems, guys.
But
Come on,
what I was
I
gonna
hate the
say
damn Phillies.
was Teoscar Hernandez from Dodgers just hit a 3-run homer to give the Dodgers a 5-3 lead. So,
Of course. Well,
and the Brewers killed the Cubs today.
yeah, I was watching that game earlier, and it was like, oh, well,
So much for the Cubs.
yeah. So make sure you go to the other stuff, guys.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna
we'll be
leave
wrapping
YouTube.
up here. So I'll see you guys next Saturday for Pro Wrestling Talk. I guess we'll be reviewing Perth, but
By the way,
I'm gonna.
tomorrow, you said for the baseball episode tomorrow we would do it at 7 Eastern. Angel.
Yeah, because if you're able to do it, what?
Well, maybe I might be able to join just a little bit, but I'll be with my family. We'll be going to a restaurant.
Okay.
We'll be going to a sports bar for my dad's early birthday.
Okay, sounds
Oh.
nice.
At 8 Eastern. So.
By the way, keep the edibles away and tell him just a nibble. Just a nibble.
Yeah, I saw your response.
I'm
yeah.
like, shit,
So
he got edibles? Why is he not sharing?
all right. So let me just leave the other.
But your dad
YouTube
has
account.
didn't he beat cancer? Or he has
Well,
cancer.
he had very minor prostate cancer. That was a long time ago. He got surgery
Okay.
for it. He was fine. It was,
And it's not back, right? It's not back.
it
okay,
wasn't-
good.
no, it was- once he got the surgery.
This was just Dad, are you insane?
Yeah.
All right.